we have an imaging pipeline that once you upload the file, it automatically will try to process it. So for example, typically, if you upload a TIFF file, a regular browser will not be able to display it. But we have this pipeline that processes that file and creates a visualization of that actual file. So in this case, the thumbnail is not showing yet, probably being generated as we speak. But here, okay, here it is now. So you see that the imaging pipeline at this point has already processed the first file. It will do the same. If we were to wait a few more minutes, it will do the same to the other three. But you see it has generated a thumbnail of that image. And if we go down into the image, it has generated the actual visualization using a sophisticated image viewer that you can zoom in and you can do change channels, you know. And one of the things that I wanted to show that you can do that this allows you to do is that you can enter annotations, for example. So very rapidly, right after the image has been processed by a pipeline, you can go to your annotations. Well, here there isn't any annotation, so I can create a new annotation. I will need to select an anatomy because we try to annotate what part it belongs to. So I will select root of molar tooth. And then I can go here to the image section and start adding selections. For example, I can show a rectangle here, and then I can try to enter some text. This, oops, oh, sorry. I think that this area shows that. This it's not working that well when I have the, so zoom in on the, okay. Oops. My zooming in.
Can you try zooming back up?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Okay, yeah. And okay, so now it's easier to show. So for example, I can add an arrow, we can add different sections. Anyways, we can do more selective, you know, different type of tools, but you can enter annotation and then I save my annotation and that stays there. So anyone that will come and sees this image, it will see how you annotated that image to add any type of description. And again, the only person that can do that is you because you own the image, so other users will never come and be able to enter or delete one of your annotations. Let me actually zoom out a little bit because it became very... so I think that I pretty much managed to show you everything I wanted in terms of how to quickly generate a data set. So, you know, I went very fast, but I think, oh, look, now the pipeline, the visualization pipeline has already processed all the other three files. So this is actually very good. And for example, it's very powerful if you were to submit a C stack, you know, a TIFF file where you have an actual stack of, you know, three-dimensional images. It will process them all and generate a film strip for each section, for each C slides, for each slice of your file. Or, you know, if you have a file that contains different channels, it will also be able to process that and visualize each independent channel. And you can go to you will be able to go here to our data browser and select each of the, so here we have only one channel, but if you were multiple channels, you will be able to select and deselect each of the individual channels. So it's actually a pretty powerful browser, that image browser that we really like. So if you don't have any more questions about this, I would like to, yeah, I would like to, any other questions about how to enter data?
I just wanted to also note that even when he was on the page of just that one image, that we do have share and cite information available at that level. So pretty much at every level of data, you can cite individually as well.
Right. Okay, so I want to show that, pretty rapidly we created a data set with all the description. We enter all the sort of biological information that you knew about our biosamples and experiments and added the data. So it looks a little bit intimidating in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it seems to be pretty sort of somehow intuitive to people. We notice that sometimes some of these things are not immediately grasped by the user, but once we introduce them to them, we've seen a lot of users that have curated very sophisticated and very nice data sets very rapidly. So this is actually, don't get scared. And if you have any kind of question at any point, first we provide you these one-on-one calls where we should go over this. Not only we repeat all this, but when we set up this introductory Zoom call, one of the main purposes is to discuss the specific data you're going to upload, because all data sets are different and every group works in different modalities and in different ways. So we want to first, it's good for us to talk to you and discuss what your data will look like so that we can suggest how you will be inputting or uploading the data. So the last thing I probably want to mention, if we don't have any other question, is that the same way that you just saw the imaging pipeline in action, we also have other sort of pipelines that work in similar ways. For example, the image pipelines what we just saw automatically working. We also have a genome browser, which if you upload, if I would have uploaded big wig files for RNA sequencing, for example, or ChIP-seq, then I can automatically hook on a genome browser object, and your tracks will be automatically visualized using the UC Santa Cruz genome browser. Something similar that's always a bit of in progress, but we can get that connected to your data is for the cell browser visualization. Also, there's UC Santa Cruz cell browser visualization for single cell data. So if you provide us your Surat objects or your matrix files from the cell ranger output, then we can process them and create visualizations with the UC Santa Cruz. Same thing like Rob show a little bit is that if you provide us meshes in OBJ format, we can create a model and create very, very interesting and good visualizations of your mesh in 3D format. And you can interactively play with them. You and any user will be able to use that interactively. Same thing if you provide Nifty files. We have this volumetric viewer, and then we have our, in a way, DOI assignment pipeline that every time you create a new project or you create a new data set, will automatically mint a DOI for you that is persistent and you can use to reference your data. So I think that with that, I will probably finish my presentation.